Good afternoon, Misters and Ma'ams. I am Leonardus Wahono Kurniawan, PGP student batch 20, and Veronica Nurma. We both are going to present our proposal. We are taking non-thesis paper, and then the title is Strategic Marketing Communication to Enhance Brand Awareness of St. John's High School Gading Serpong through the SYNC event. Please, next. Okay, let me tell you about the background a little bit. So the background here, we'll start from the education as a driver of progress. The education here acts as empowerment for the critical thinking and survival skills in a complex future world. And then the background of St. John's missions, one of them is to increase competition among private education institutions in Indonesia. And then speaking of our field of study, which is the marketing communication, the role of marketing communication in our paper is to enhance visibility, credibility, and the engagement with the potential students and also parents around the community or around Tangerang. And also, it's to build a strong brand image to differentiate institutions and also to attract students. We also will present the strategic insights here, taking from marketing communication, integrates advertising, public relation, digital engagement, and event marketing from Kotler and Keller in year 2016. And also another insight that we have is structured marketing that is foster brand awareness, student enrollment, and institutional trust from Arrange in 2006. And the last is strategic planning that ensures efforts align with goals and target the right audience, taken from Dip and Simkin in 2013. And the focus of our study here is to analyze the impact of strategic event marketing on brand awareness for St. John's High School in Gading Serpong. Please, next. I'm going to tell you a little bit about St. John's Gading Serpong School. So basically, our school community was founded in 2006 in Kencana Loka BSD. At that time, we only have one campus. And then we are committed to provide high quality and holistic education. And then that has three core values here. We believe in Scientia, Virtus, and Vita, which means knowledge, virtue, and life. Our campuses, after in Kencana Loka BSD, we have another branch, which is in Meruya. And then in 2021, during the pandemic, we opened another branch, which is in Gading Serpong. And then 2 years after, in 2023, we began the development of the high school in Gading Serpong. And in 2024, we officially opened the new branch in Gading Serpong, which is the high school. So basically in Gading Serpong, we have two new campuses for primary school and for the high school. And also we opened another branch in Green Lake City in West Jakarta in the same year. The mission of our foundation is to nurture academic excellence and then the character development and the community engagement so that they can be good people that spread the gospel in global. That would be it. Next. Okay, so what is the SYNC itself? So SYNC actually stands for St. John Youth National Championship. So throughout the years, when it was firstly conducted in 2012, the name was not SYNC, but then it was SJCS, St. John something Cup, School Cup, yeah, actually. So initially in 2013, it was conducted in Kencana Loka BSD. And then from that year, every year, St. John Catholic School always conduct this kind of event. And then the name changed to SYNC in 2023. At that time, the theme was the comeback, and then it was attended by 1,080 competition participants, and then 2,700 attendees for art night featuring Project Pop and the Overtunes. They are a local bands that I believe were not still are quite famous in Indonesia. And then that very event has strategic focus, which is to align with the school values that I mentioned before, values the Scientia Virtus et Vita. And then it holds the mix of academics, art, sports, and cultural activities, a basketball championship, futsal championship, badminton, modeling, and storytelling, and then jiu-jitsu, and then poem reciting, drawing competitions, and so on. And then it's the event itself is boosted through social media campaigns, and then we also rely on the influencers, and then also with the partnerships, and not to mention the alumni community. We also rely on them to announce about this event. The goal itself is to strengthen brand identity, to connect with the community, and promote the holistic education of St. John Catholic School. All right, and then the objectives is to aim to escalate the brand awareness of St. John's High School Gading Serpong through multiple activities that highlight students' potential in both academic and non-academic skills, while ensuring alignment with St. John's core values, which are Scientia Virtus et Vita.
Okay, so in order to gain more insights for our project, we collected several previous literature or previous studies, which are focusing on several points or in several fields. The first field is the ones that focusing on school branding and digital marketing insights for the education institutions. It's taken from Susilo, Osman and Mashdani 2021, Handoyo in 2020. So the other literature files or literature documents that we've already looked for in order to gain more perspectives for our project planning is that for the brand awareness, loyalty, and also developing the digital marketing. It's taken from Mulyono in 2016, which focusing on interrelation of brand awareness, perceiving value, satisfaction, and loyalty in university selection, as well as from Hasri and Barus in 2023, which also focusing on trust, brand awareness, and digital marketing as pillars of higher education success, and also in Wiryani et al. In 2023, which focusing on the social media campaign for boosting the brand awareness and also enrollment at a private university. . The last one is the literature that's discussing, which are discussing the event marketing and also strategic implementation. Again, focusing on education institutions. We took several sources from Garza et al. In 2024, Ramadan in 2024, Rahmadian and Khairuddin in 2021. That's focusing on event marketing, yeah, and also Suryana in 2022, which also focusing on event marketing and brand awareness, and as well as the strategic events. And also, while we're trying to plan this kind of project, we also try to discuss the situation that we have here, and we use the SWOT, or focusing on strength, weaknesses, opportunity, and also threats of the condition that we have recently. So the strength itself, we know that St. John, as what has been explained by Leo before, it's such a reputable school, so that they have multiple branches that are also developed in several places, several areas, especially in Tangerang and also Jakarta, so that by knowing that they have this kind of connection, or they have this kind of loyal or well-built community, we are sure that in St. John, we also have loyal parent and also loyal alumni networks. On the other hand, the weaknesses that faced by St. John's, senior high school, since it is a private school, so that we know that St. John might have limited budget, so it must have its own sponsors. They must look for the other sponsors in order to provide and also to support this kind of event. Additionally, we also have the limitation for the personnel, since the number of the teachers are only limited, and also not all of the students will join this kind of event. So this might be an issue as well. For the opportunity that we have, since we have the strong alumni networks and also a loyal parent community, we believe, or we're sure, that the sense of belonging open the chance in partnerships with successful alumni or successful parents, and also the internal influencers. Because we're sure in a city like Tangerang and Jakarta, there must be parents or even students, these days, who are also developing their social media accounts. And also, last but not least, the threat that we face is that since in Tangerang area, especially in Karawaci, Gading, Serpong, and BSD, we have quite a lot of schools, quite a reputable private schools nearby. So they probably also hold the similar events, such as Uchol. They have Uchol or UPH College. They have their own events as well, the similar events. And also BPK Penabur, they might have their own the similar event too. The objective, we're focusing on SMART. So the SMART method itself helps us to ensure that the marketing goal and targets are more effective over the long term. So the objectives of the sync itself divided into specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timed. For specific, we're sure that this event is a platform to increase the school's brand awareness while fostering the connection with other schools and also people in the surrounding. And for measurable, it can be evaluated based on the number of schools that are participated in the event, the number of sponsorships, partnerships, and media exposure. And also it's achievable because it reaches a greater audience and it increases the brand visibility. For the objective, the following objective, we know that it might be relevant, it can be relevant because it strengthens the school's brand presence and also the community relationships. And since this event is already scheduled, this one is a yearly event, so we clearly know that the discussion will be started in a particular month, which will be in June, and also the execution will be in September. So the committee have around 4 months in order to gain public attention, to guide them, to ask them to join this SYNC event. And the strategy we apply is based on STP, or what we know as segmentation, targeting, and positioning. For the segmentation, we categorize the segmentation of the audience, to several points or to several category, such as the demographics, to be specific for those who live in Tangerang area, especially around Gading Serpong, and also this one is for geographic and also for demographics, of course. It's going to be high school students, it can be both junior and senior high schools, as well as their parents. And also, since we ask SME or UMKM to join our event as well, so we try to ask those who are also having a small business, which target markets are students or teenagers to join our event. And also for the targeting, it's divided into two, the primary and also the secondary. On the specific target itself, or the primary, it affects the school sustainability, and also the secondary itself is the one that support the success of this event. And for the positioning itself, the SYNC is strategically positioned as a primary educational and talent development event in Tangerang area. Okay. And for the tactics, there are several tactics that we've planned for this event. The first one is the digital marketing and also social media campaigns, especially through the official accounts of St. John schools, and also event branding and strategic partnerships, public relations and media outreach, and also direct engagement. For the action that we're going to apply, we divide it into several things. For the outline of task, okay, we break it down into event publication, community engagement, social media campaign, and early bird promo for both the competition and also the closing ceremony. And also for the budgeting itself, we divide it into several parts as well, such as for the competition, for the refreshment, for the opening and the closing events, the transportation, for the marketing budget, and also for printing and others. And as what I've mentioned before, this thing or this event will be held starts from June until September 2025. Okay. In order to know the success of this event, we have to be able to control all of the things mentioned. So the things or the points that we can control is that from knowing the engagement rate, the CTR on the registration and ticketing, and also conversion rate, yeah, for both registration and also the ticket sales from the paid ads, and number of collaborations with SMEs or UMKM, media partners, and also sponsorships, number of students or participants and school registering in the event, and also through the number of ticket sales.
Okay, now we continue to the project implementation step. Most of the implementation here are done by the students. 90% involve the students, the collaboration between students, and then 10% the administration and stuff are done by the school or by the foundation. First thing first, the school will assign the student, which are the theme and design development, to design the whole thing about this entire event. This design team will create the design for the banners, for the stage backdrops, for the souvenirs, for the tickets, for the lanyards, for the ads on the video, and then the design for the layout of the final ceremony, and all the designs will be done in the first time. That's the thing. That of course align with the event objectives and then with the school brand identity. And then once the design team done with their job, we will continue making the proposal preparation and the distribution. The proposals itself will be done by the students because this event is mainly made for students, right? So the student council and the chosen students will design the proposals, and then the student council committee, which are the teacher, will decide if the proposal is approvable or not. And then this very proposals are meant for companies that are willing to sponsor these events. And then to my perspective, I believe that these proposals will be ideally printed in full colors, and then it will be copied to at least like 10 exemplars, and then will be distributed to any kind of companies. The student councils will decide for the sponsorship. And then after that, we proceed to the invitation distribution to the schools nearby. And then the reason for this is to enhance the connection between schools, so that they will know about our school, which is St. John, and then to enhance the networking too. And then after that, the fundraising initiatives, how we done. We are thinking 450 million rupiah for this, and then the budget will be earned through the sponsorship and fundraising activities done by the school. And then we're planning on selling snacks within the school community, and then the students can sell the snacks within the recess time. Next. Is the operational coordination and marketing. Okay. The coordination itself is done within the logistics teams, and then the venue setup and the schedules. We will make sure that there will be a weekly meeting for this to evaluate how far we have proceeded, and then we will review the execution of the marketing campaigns too, and then we will do the review on the social media campaigns, and then how far the influencer collaborations have made the impacts, and then how the teaser video has been viewed, things like that. And then these very updates will be, like I said, will be weekly monitored to maintain the public interest. And then within the event day management, so all team will be collaborated, and then it should be an integration there within all the teams that manages event activities, and then that manage the transition of each process, and also what the issues that we might face in that time. So there will be like a real-time issues that needs to be addressed, and we will address it right away. And then the feedback will be collected for the post-event evaluation. And then the justification for this project plan is to, there are three things. The first one is to realize the involvement of student council that ensure leadership experience. This is for students. And then in the light of sponsorship, this is to strengthen the community relationship, and also the business connection. And then in the light of school's invitation, this is to strengthen and to enhance networking within the academic community. Next is the event mock-up and evaluation. The mock-up description here, I divided into four parts. The first one is the theme representation, and then the theme itself, it should be looking modern and then vibrant too. And last but not least, it should like reflect the spirit of youthfulness. And then the second one, the event branding. We're going to have banners, we're going to have backdrops and ticket designs with the school logo, but then that aligns with the theme designed by the team. And then the sponsorship integration, the banners and the souvenirs will display the sponsor logos. And then the bronze, silver, gold, and platinum there, that symbolizes the amount of money that they willing to sponsor. The bronze is the smallest one, silver is the moderate amount of money, and then the gold is the 10 to 15 million donation, and then the platinum is the 20 million plus. And then this bronze, silver, gold, and platinum will differentiate the size of their ads. Actually, bronze is the smallest space for their ads, silver is the medium one, gold, and then the platinum is the largest space for their advertisement space, either in banner, in the backdrops, or in the Videotron. The Videotron will will distinct the duration of their advertisement. And then for the project evaluation here, I divided into 5. The first one is the financial outcomes. We will, of course, evaluate whether the 450 million later are obtained from sponsorship, like how many %, and then how many % from the fundraising. And then not only from the sponsorship, the parents can also contribute. So there will be like a giant QR code during the parents-teacher meeting that they can scan, and then they can donate some money for these activities. And the second one, for the participation engagement, we will track the school and student involvement here, and also the ticket sales, and then also the attendance. How many ticket sales are sold, and then how many students came to the venue, how many parents, how many outsiders that visit the event. And also the project evaluation for marketing effectiveness, we will analyze social media metrics and the campaign reach. Like in each post, stories and video posts, we will evaluate how many likes, how many views, so that it can be an insight for the future event development. And also we will evaluate the feedback and the insights, and then to ensure the satisfaction and the areas for improvement in this event. Last but not least is the operational success. We will evaluate the logistical execution, whether let's say the snacks and then the waters for the referees, for the championship players are well distributed to them. And also whether each match, and then each match, let's say the basketball match, were on time. And then just to make sure if every event with this, every program within this event run on the scheduled time, we will also evaluate that as well, because time discipline is really important in our school and also in this event. That would be all for our presentation. Thank you for listening. My name is Leonardus, and we have Veronica, Nurma. We're saying thank you so much for listening. Okay.